Thank you for having me. So we do have two outreach events that's coming up for our tax freeze, and one is going to be in East Nashville next Tuesday, October the 28th, and it'll be at the East Park Community Center. And then we have another one at Antioch. Yes.
So what are these tax freeze and tax relief programs? What do they do?
Oh, wonderful. They save our citizens money. So the tax freeze, it freezes the taxes at whatever amount you apply. So this is really important because we had a reappraisal year. So I always like to use the example that the average property tax is about $2,500. It can be more. Some people's might be $7,000, some might be $12,000, but the average is $2,500. So say during this reappraisal year that it went up to $5,000. If they applied for the property tax freeze and they qualified, it would still be $2,500. It would not be $5,000. They would just requalify every year, but you apply once.
Great tool for that. Not everyone qualifies, though. What do you need to be to qualify?
So first of all, you need to be 65 years of age or older. So this is for our wonderful older residents. And then you have to have an income that not exceed $61,920. That's the most important piece. And then we always look at the income from the previous year. So this is 2025. We look at the 2024 income, and you have to apply for the house that you live in, because some people could have several houses, but it only applies to the house that you live in.
Okay, and we do have an application checklist on our screen of all the things that you'll need there.
Yes.
But even just generally, people are already starting to receive their property tax notices. What are some key tips or tricks? You were showing me earlier how to read it and decipher all the numbers.
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, so there's two types. We have the mortgage and the non-mortgage. So the ones that are mortgages, they're for informational purposes only because those persons have escrow. But we want them to know, once again, this was a reappraisal year. So we want them to be able to read it. So if they look at the left-hand side, there they'll have the land value, and that's how much the land is actually worth. And then they have the improved value, and that's anything that's on the land, which is could be a house, it could be a shed, it could be a driveway. And then in addition to that, they have an equalization factor, and it's the number 1. And it's 1 for this year because we just had a reappraisal. So every year it's not a 1. It may go down to 8, 9, 7, but every reappraisal year it'll always be at 1. So that means for 1 to 1%, that is 100% totally evaluated at the total value. And then in addition to that, we have the tax rate. And so that piece is really important because we multiply it times that per $100.
Perfect.
Yes.
All valuable information there.
It
Thanks so
is.
much for joining us.
No problem. No problem. No problem.
Appreciate it.